What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the three biggest mistakes that beginners in storefront window cleaning make. Now, these are mistakes that I have made when I started my business, and honestly, if you avoid these mistakes, you are going to grow your business faster, you're going to make more money, and overall operate at a higher level of effectiveness. So, let's get started. So, first mistake is charging way too low. Now, when I first started my business, maybe the first few months, I underbid myself. I charged way too low for this lamp store. It was like a big lamp store. They sell, chandeliers and different lamps. This was a big store, and they must have had 55 panes of glass, big panes of glass. And another thing was that access to more than half of the windows, there was like bushes in front of them. So it was very difficult to access glass as well. Now, this job should have been $350 just for the exterior cleaning. And I quoted the job for $100. I way underbid myself. I didn't understand pricing. And another reason why I underbid was because I was just not confident as a service provider. I didn't feel comfortable uh, charging more than $100, even for big jobs. I just didn't feel like I was competent at the skill yet. So that was a big mistake. You want to have a pricing system for which how you price jobs. So I tend to stick to the $3 to $5 per pane uh, of glass, exterior only. If it's a full inside outside cleaning, I would double it and sometimes take 10% off. And I tend to stick to that. Now, if you charge way too low, maybe when you're just starting, it's okay because you're learning. But as you learn, as you gain experience, you can't keep charging low prices because you're going to have to do much more work to make the same amount than if you just properly priced the job. Now, for example, I once quoted this restaurant, it's like a Chinese restaurant. I quoted them for $100. And the manager told me, "Oh, we had a guy that would do it for 45." Now, I basically told him, "You know what? I can't do 45. Like I have a real business, I have insurance, I have a business license. Like I'm a professional service. Like I provide reliable professional window cleaning for businesses." And I could have taken the job. Maybe when I was just starting, I would have took the job, but you know, the job would have taken like an hour and a half, and 45 is just too low for that. Like once you gain enough experience, you know how to do these jobs. Do not settle for low paying jobs. Some people will try to lowball you. You give them a quote and they cut it in half. Don't take those jobs because you these people will want to lowball you, but then they will expect the most, and it's just they're not good clients to have. Let the bucket bobs, let the guys that clean windows for beer money have them, and you go after clients, prospects that actually value a reliable professional service provider. Those are the people that you want as clients, not people that are just trying to get the cheapest price. No, people that want reliable, consistent service from a professional service provider. Now, so that's the first mistake, charging way too low. Avoid that. Mistake number two is not framing your service as a recurring service. So if you're out there, you're pitching businesses, you're cleaning jobs, but you're not framing your service as a recurring service, you're just doing the jobs and you're leaving, you're making a big mistake. You have to frame this service to your clients, to your prospects as recurring, as in this you provide a service that is ongoing to maintain their business's windows presentation cleanliness. Once you finish the job, make sure first off, make sure when you get a job, you do an exceptional job. Make sure the windows look great. Make sure they're shiny. Make sure everything looks spot on. And when you're done with the job, if they're there, or you could either do this through text or in person, you basically tell the manager, the owner, whoever hired you, thank them for their service. If they're not there, take pictures of the windows, send it to them. Tell them, hey, thank you for your business. I really appreciate it. And then this is where you tell them, most of my clients prefer a bi-weekly cleaning frequency or every 3 weeks. This ensures that their glass looks its best, looks its sharpest, most consistently. So your business stays looking great. You frame that to them after the service is done. That's what you tell them. Now, you tell this to them like I said, when the job is done. When they see the glass, either through text or in person, when they see it and they feel that satisfaction, like, wow, the glass is really clean, their satisfaction level is at its highest. That is when you present this question of, or you use a suggestion, hey, most of my clients prefer every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and it'll make sure that your glass stays looking like this. When you present that to them, you tell them that at the point of high satisfaction, the chances of them choosing a frequency option that you present goes up much higher than if you try to sell them later on, or you try to reach out to them later on. Make sure to do it at the point of high satisfaction, which is when you're done with the job. Worst case scenario, they say, oh, you know what? We're just going to call you when we need the cleaning. Okay, that's worst case scenario. Some people will say that. But if just make it a habit to present those frequency options after every clean or every first clean. That way you get them on a frequency plan, and your chances of you will build a route much faster by presenting this frequency options after the first clean and they feel great with it. So that's the second mistake, not framing your service as recurring service. Don't do one-off cleans. You're not going to build a route with one-off cleans. You have to be a recurring service. Mistake number 3, not following up with your prospects. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I started my business. I would be out there, I would be pitching businesses, meeting business owners, managers, 15, 25, 30 businesses. I'd be out there, I'd be taking action. But I would not I didn't have a system of following up with these people that I was prospecting to. I was not tracking the information. I wasn't tracking the business name, the person I spoke to, the quote that I gave, any relevant information that I got from our interaction, our conversation, whether they have somebody, whether they, whatever information is relevant. Following up is crucial for building a route. And even right now that I've had my business for more than a year and a half, I'm still not perfect with this. I still have to remind myself, okay, like I need to follow up with these prospects that I pitched to. And because when I was building my business, when I was getting the most recurring clients, it's when I had a system of tracking the information and following up systematically as a habit. Because the truth is, most of the time, you're not going to land prospects as clients the first time you pitch them. It takes time. Sometimes you will, and that is ideal, but most of the time you have to continuously follow up. Call after a day or two. Hey, I stopped by, I spoke to Jimmy about us providing window cleaning for your location. Just wanted to check in, so see if that's something you guys are still interested in. Do that. Mention, yeah, I stopped by it, and it was a couple days ago. The windows were a bit dirty. We'd love to take care of that for you. Follow up. Most window cleaners will not follow up. They go in, they basically are not necessarily rejected, but it's not a for sure. They don't close the prospect, so they forget about it. That prospect falls through the cracks. But when you are someone that actually follows up. You track the information, you track their name, the business name, what you talked about. You call them, you actually remember details about them. Now they see you as a real business owner, someone that's actually operating a real business. And your chances of landing them go up exponentially. So do not neglect following up and also tracking the prospect information. I track it on my phone in my notes application. You could do it on whatever notes taking app or journal. Um, that's important. So that's the third mistake, not following up with your prospects. So these were the three mistakes. Mistake number one, charging way too low. Don't do that. Charge what you're worth. Mistake number two, not framing your service as a recurring service. This is critical. This is how you build a route, is a recurring service. And mistake number three is not following up. The money's in the follow-up. So do the follow-up. And that is basically my message today. That is what I want to tell you guys. If you're a beginner to storefront window cleaning, if you avoid making these mistakes, you are going to grow exponentially faster. You're going to make more money per job, and you're going to operate much more effectively as a storefront window cleaning business operator. So if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you found value in the video. And I do have my course, the Storefront Window Cleaning Blueprint, which is basically my step-by-step system on how to start, build, acquire recurring storefront clients. It goes through all of these steps on, how to present yourself, how to handle objections, how to handle your social media, how to raise prices strategically, all of the phases and steps on how to create an independent income, either as a side hustle or a full business. So if you're interested in that, that's going to be in the description down below and the pinned comment. You could also find it in the channel bio. So if you want to check that out, go do that. And that's it. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and subscribe for more content like this. So peace out, guys. Adios.